Hello there, Stevos. Welcome along to this week's episode of Steve's Movie Wrap Up here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. Let's take a look and see what movies I've been watching and reviewing this week.
You're watching Steve's Movie Wrap Up, episode 73, right here on my YouTube channel, SteveOfficial. The first movie we'll be reviewing in this episode is Predator Killer of Killers.
First up, it's Predator Killer of Killers, 3.5 stars I gave it on Letterboxd. Predator Killer of Killers came out a couple of weeks ago on Hulu in the US and on Disney Plus internationally. And not gonna lie, this has been on the top of my watch list to watch over the last couple of weeks, but I have only just managed to get around to watching it and reviewing it. I have heard a few people say to me beforehand that this movie was great. And so what did I think of Predator Killer of Killers? I really enjoyed it. Before I do talk about this movie, I should also note, and you'll probably notice this, but this is the first movie I have watched on streaming in June 2025. So far, the only movies I have watched and reviewed in June 2025 is movies in the cinema that have recently released. Anyways, as for Predator Killer of Killers, as mentioned, I enjoyed watching this movie a lot. The film wasn't live action. It was done in animation, slightly 3D animation, which is good because there was some gory moments in this movie, and with it being animated, they can be a lot more creative with the kills. And they did make the kills creative, taking full advantage of the animation. I love the fact that this movie is also an anthology. It tells 3 different stories in 3 different time periods. But the best thing about this, though, is towards the end of the movie, the 3 stories do connect together and the 3 stories do come together nicely, which is great. The 3 stories do also feature a character that the main 3 leads at the end of the story do lose, like a loved one, which is devastating and sad for those characters. I must say that in the second story, I was on the edge of my seat during the rooftop scene. That was some edge of your seat stuff. And if you have seen the movie for yourself, then you will know what I mean. But for those who haven't yet seen the movie, then just know you are in for a wild ride when you watch that scene and the entire movie itself. The same director who directed the movie Prey is also the director behind this movie as well. And he is also directing the new Predator movie that releases later this year, which is titled Predator Badlands, which will be released in cinemas in November 2025. And this does somewhat tie into Prey, and it does also somewhat connect to Badlands as well, which is also good. This does give us a little taste as to what to expect in Badlands later this year. This does have a running time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, so it's a simple and short movie to watch, but I do recommend for those who have seen the Predator franchise from the beginning, definitely give this a watch, as I do recommend this movie to the fans of the franchise. Is this a movie I can see myself going back to and rewatching again in the future? Yeah, for sure it is. I reckon I will probably give this a watch just before I go and see the new Badlands film in November. I will also say, despite a lot of backlash online during the trailer for Badlands that has been released in the last month or so, I did quite like the design of the Predator in this movie, especially in the World War II era of the film. I did like his design in that. I am rather mixed as to how he looks in Badlands, admittedly, but it may slowly grow on me as I watch the movie later this year. Predator Killer of Killers is available to stream now on Disney Plus internationally and on Hulu over in the US.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
And the final movie I've watched this week is K-pop Demon Hunters, which I gave 3 stars over on Letterboxd. Sony Pictures Animation has teamed up with streaming service Netflix to give us their subscribers their latest released movie in the form of K-pop Demon Hunters, which I believe has been released over on the streaming service Netflix in the past week or so. What did I think of K-pop Demon Hunters? I actually did enjoy this movie. I'm not usually a huge fan of the K-pop genre in regards to music. Usually, I think the closest band that I like that is sort of K-pop is Blackpink at a push. But I will say though that not only is this an animated movie but also a musical movie as well, which heavily relies on K-pop music, and when it does come down to the soundtrack behind the film, there is some good bangers from the K-pop genre in here. There's a band in the film called Soulja Boys, and they have this song called Soda Pop. Yeah, please do inject that song into my veins. Also, speaking of the soundtrack in the film, the characters of Rumi, Zoe and Mira, who are in a girl group within the K-pop genre, also have a couple of decent songs as well, like for example Takedown is one and Golden is another one that I enjoyed listening to during this movie. K-pop Demon Hunters is a very colourful, vibrant movie, and I think this is one that the kids will enjoy watching, especially as we are now fast approaching the summer holidays here, and kids will be looking for something to watch, particularly on rainy days. So this movie will be ideal for them to watch. I will say there are bits of dialogue in here that can come across as a little over the top, corny, and at times either a little over the top and cheesy as well. But then again, this movie is designed for children. It does have a running time. It does clock in at 1 hour 39 minutes, so it's a nice and easy watch for kids when they sit down and watch the movie. There is a scene halfway through where this bird wearing a hat and has 3 eyes appear, and then this tiger appeared, but oh my god, the tiger and his freaky smile creeps me out so much. I honestly would like to see that tiger now appear in its own horror movie at some point in the near future. The tiger really did give me the creeps. Well, at least for the first scene it appeared in. Towards the end of the movie, not so much. K-pop Demon Hunters is now streaming over on streaming service Netflix worldwide. And that is all for this week's episode of Steve's Movie Wrap Up. Thank you for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are new around here and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below to become a Steve-O. I'll be back with your next video, which is Tuesday the 1st of July 2025 at 4 PM UK time, when it will be my next episode of Steve's Weekly Vlog, and then I'll be back on Sunday next weekend with your next episode of the movie wrap up. But until then though, it's goodbye, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again in my next YouTube video.